2024 Survivor Series is in the books. Demon Diva and the Big Dog are on the road. Highs and lows. Let's talk about it. And I don't have notes, so we're gonna go off of memory as I drive to my mom's house, which is a long way, so this should be fun. Before I get started, make sure to like the video and subscribe. And let's get into it, right? So usually I just give you like 5 highs and 5 lows, especially when it comes to Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. But this being a pay-per-view with just 5 matches in it, I feel like we can go match by match and I can tell you what I like, what I didn't like, if there was anything that I didn't like, etc. The pay-per-view opened up with the women's Wargames match, which I personally enjoyed, but I do agree with the vast majority of comments that I am seeing online about how the match got better once all of the women were in. So I don't know about the order, it doesn't matter. The bigger story here, and I feel like that's what really hurt the match, is the only story that they've been telling for months, which is like Liv and Rhea. And of course they came in last, so it did get to a point where you're just Liv to come in so Rhea can get her hands on her. And because everybody else didn't have a really good story going into this, I do think that affected the match a little bit, but I just expect my War Game matches to be exactly what they are. Messy, sloppy, a bunch of spots, because that's what it's supposed to be. So I want to give a shout out to all the women in this match who just like put it all out there and risked it, you know, because it's never easy to go into these kind of matches. Let's go into the highs and the lows, and I'll start with a low so we can end on a high for this match. And a low is going to be that cashing attempt. I wish they would have not done it. You know, I wish that they would have not even teased it. She didn't walk out with the briefcase. Somebody in my chat, I was doing a watch along, and somebody in the chat did say, oh my god, the briefcase is in the trash can. I was like, shit, because I was hoping that it wasn't, and then I was hoping that she was just gonna have the match without it. I'm tired of all the teases from Tiffany Stratton, so I hope they cool down on that moving forward until she's finally ready to cash in. Because on a high, we did see what Tiffany Stratton can do yesterday. She was one of the MVPs of these matches. So, like, at some point, Io is doing her flippity thing, and Tiffany was like, I can do that too, watch me. And she did the swanton at the same time that Io hit the moonsault with the trash can. Just go to show you how talented Tiffany Stratton is. She's only been doing this for a couple of years. So we don't need her to have this ridiculous, I don't know when to cash in gimmick, because she's better than that. So I thought she was a high in this match for me. I don't really have a lot of lows. I love the spot. I think I'm gonna go with the highs. I have a lot of highs here. Highs, I gotta give the best dress for the babyface team to Rhea Ripley, and for the heel team to Nia Jax. I love Nia's hair. I love her whole look. I was very shocked that Nia came in first, and I gotta applaud her effort. Another high in this match is gonna have to be, I thought they were creative. I thought that we saw spots and things done that we've never seen before. You know, Bayley came in with the half sleeve thing, and then she took it off and it was leather, and she used it as a weapon. Of course, Bianca used the hair as a weapon. That's always a fun spot. But in addition to that, we had the toilet seat spot, which, I'm sorry, that's gonna live in my head rent-free. And we also had Rhea Ripley, before she removed the mask, she was using the mask as a weapon because he had the horns. I thought it was very creative and I really enjoyed it. So overall, another high is gonna be Io Sky. Always bright spot. Like, it's always fun to have her in a War Games match. She's just absolutely incredible, and I'm just glad that she was added in. They teased a lot of tension between her or who took out Jade. That never ended up playing into the match. It didn't affect my viewing experience of it though. I will say, and I thought it was a low on both War Game matches, is that some of the people that were in it, they could have been replaced by just anybody. Like Jade not being in the match, I think it was a storyline thing, but it wasn't like everybody was doing all these crazy big spots that they maybe thought she couldn't have done. No. And I felt the same way about the men's War Games match too. We'll get into that when we get to it. But overall, I enjoyed this. I thought this match was mostly a high. Was it perfect? No. Was it fun? Yeah. If you haven't watched this and you're gonna give it a rewatch, I will say, man, just skip until everybody gets in, because it gets really good from that point. Up next, we have the United States Championship match between LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura. You know that I thought this match was just a match. Was it good? Yeah. Could have been an episode of SmackDown? Probably. I like that Shinsuke, really, I love the presentation. Shinsuke's entrance, definitely a big high, the mask, the samurai, the moon. I don't know, there was like just a special evil aura around him, and I'm here for this new presentation. Another high is that he won. You cannot repackage Shinsuke Nakamura to this level to where everything is different. He actually looks menacing to have him lose to LA Knight. I was underwhelmed by LA Knight's United States Championship reign. I don't think that's all on him. He just never had his feud, you know, that defining feud. I think, you know, you have the stop sign and not me, right? Okay, just making sure that you understand how traffic works. You have a stop sign, lady. Anyways, being underwhelmed with LA Knight's United States Championship reign, but I don't think it's on him. He hasn't really had that special feud. I think that's the same problem that Cody Rhodes is having, and I think that Kevin Owens now might be able to change that for him. But we'll see. Maybe Shinsuke is the feud. I would prefer for them to make Shinsuke a really menacing figure and keep the title on him, but I also wouldn't put it past them for this to be a short reign. We are seeing them take more risk with the mid-card titles, doing like title changes, because we're so used to these long reigns. But overall, I thought it was good. I thought that the crowd, I don't know if it was just for LA Knight or overall throughout the night, they felt quiet. I feel like they only came alive for the main event and the triple threat match, and the boys had to work at that triple threat match to bring them to their feet, you know. So, but I was very surprised that LA Knight didn't get that typical huge pop that he gets when he comes out. Up next, we had the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. Low-key match of the night when it comes to in-ring. For me, the match of the night was the main event Wargames match with the men. But I think in-ring, I think this was it. A low for me here is going to have to be that Sheamus took that pin. But Ludwig Kaiser looked so good and so menacing, and he was so smart. Some of the things that he did were so smart that you almost get it, right? Because now that makes him even more evil that he took that opportunity away from Sheamus, where we all are rooting to see Grand Slam Shamey. So yeah, I don't like that Sheamus took the pin, but I think it makes sense. I thought this match was excellent. I think everything about this match is a high. Their styles are so different. Braun Breaker is just the most intense man in wrestling today, and nobody can tell me otherwise. He did that flying shoulder spot from out of nowhere, which is absolutely insane. Sheamus just takes these beatings like it's nothing. Like, how old is Sheamus, bro? He should, like, it's crazy, right? So, and I thought Ludwig Kaiser, when Sheamus was gonna get the win and Ludwig pulled the ref, my God, I was so angry that I was like, yes, that's exactly what it's about, right? Telling a story, giving a good match. Thought that was great. I thought Braun Breaker looked incredible here. So overall, this was fun. This was a blast. I would definitely suggest you go watch this from beginning to end. Up next, we had the World Heavyweight Championship match between Damian Priest and Gunther. This match happened. It wasn't bad. Damian Priest started dominating early on. He hurts his shoulder, which Gunther fully takes advantage of. And that's what you expect Gunther to do. He's a ring general. He's going to take every opportunity. Gunther is opportunistic, but it's almost not in like he's a heel, right? But it's not even in a heel way, because he was pissed. What are you doing, bro? Why are you hitting the brakes? You know how to... Okay. He was pissed when Finn Balor interfered here. But he wasn't not going to take advantage of the fact that his opponent had an injury and he could capitalize on that. So I like that Gunther. Maybe that's why they call him El Ring General, right? Anyways, so yeah, Damian Priest gets hurt and Gunther completely capitalizes on it. At some point, Damian Priest is on the outside and he's like in pain, and the ref checks on him. He's like, yeah, I just need a second. And of course, Finn Balor from out of nowhere, which the crowd did get up, and so you knew he was coming. He gets on the steel steps, hits the coup de grace, and Gunther grabs him back in, puts him in the sleeper hold. Damian Priest doesn't tap, he passes out, and that's how the match ends. Gunther takes out Finn Balor. He's pissed that Finn Balor interfered. So a lot of people are thinking, oh my God, I want to see Damian and Finn again. I think it's going to be a triple threat, or I think Gunther is going to call out Finn Balor. I think Gunther is pissed at Finn Balor. Oh shit, the bikes. Yeah, I personally thought that Gunther is gonna go I think that Gunther is gonna go after Finn at Finn. So I can see this actually turning into some kind of triple threat, because I don't think Gunther is gonna let that go. Gunther wanted to beat Damian Priest clean, because that's what was like causing doubts in his head. Low is the interference from Finn Balor. I just didn't like it. I told you guys, I've expressed how frustrated I've been with like all of Damian Priest matches involving some kind of interference, and this wasn't any difference. I thought it was a good match, but I gotta tell you something, their SummerSlam match was better. This was, I hate to say it because you guys know how much I love Priesty, but this was my least favorite match on the card. So let's move on from it to the main event, the Wargames match between Solo's Bloodline and Roman Reigns and the OGs and CM Punk. And oh my god, this was 10 out of 10. I loved everything about this match. I loved the tension. They were telling a story from the moment. Like, listen, Solo and the Bloodline, the evil Bloodline came out together. They are a united front. They are more united than the OG Bloodline ever was. The OG Bloodline always had tensions, whether it was Jay with Sammy, whether it was Jamie with Sammy, like accepting Sammy into the Bloodline, whether it was like, is Solo really with them? They've never been a united front the way that this evil Bloodline seems to be. So when they came out together to one entrance, I really, really appreciated that, because the women's matches, they all had their individual entrances, but not Solo. Solo and his boys came out together, so you know they were gonna work together well. You know they were a cohesive front, and they're already telling you, is Roman's Bloodline gonna be cohesive like us? I don't know. Another thing that popped me, another huge high, is when CM Punk came out and he started trying to fight the evil Bloodline that was already locked in their cage. Bro, when I tell you, that shit popped me. Not even lying. I thought that was excellently done. Apparently it was unscripted. I read today online. I thought that was excellent from Punk. That's a big high. Another high is when Roman Reigns comes out. He goes and does the finger up in the air and the acknowledgement right in front of the evil Bloodline, which has already been locked in their cage. I like the order in which they all came out. Another high is when CM Punk was trying to come out third, and Roman was like, "Nah, where are you going?" And he sent out Sami Uso. I thought that was really good storytelling. And then CM Punk, another high. CM Punk comes out before, like Roman Reigns about to exit and leave CM Punk in there on his own, and CM Punk just comes out. When they're in the ring, Solo ends up locking the door before Roman can go in. So I laughed so hard because Solo was like, "You ain't coming in, boy." Solo is so funny. My god, Solo has gotten so good in this role as the tribal chief, and he's really, I don't know that he was this entertaining before SummerSlam, but once Roman came back and he knew he really had to play his part of, no, I'm the real tribal chief and you're not, he has stepped it up to a level, and he's so fucking funny, like underrated funny. This entire evil Bloodline, as much as I don't like them, my god, they're hilarious. From Tama Tonga with the yeah, and the climbing the cage like a weirdo, and Tonga Loa and his little botches, and the "I love you, Solo," and Solo just being hilarious. And these guys, like, they deserve a prize. So when Solo's like, "You ain't coming in, boy, where you going?" when Roman was trying to enter the cage, which Roman ends up climbing the cage and then diving onto them, which is not, I know Roman has done, he doesn't do the high flying moves anymore, but he's done them before. But it surprised a lot of people to see Roman do that. The match is unofficial. You cannot win or take down the Bloodline until all members are in. So Roman was gonna find his way in no matter what. So Roman enters the cage, and yeah, I gotta give a big high to Jacob Fatu. I thought from the evil Bloodline, Jacob Fatu was the MVP of this match. And for the OG Bloodline, I thought Jimmy Uso was incredible when he did that splash from the top, which he got injured. Second MVP from the evil Bloodline is gonna have to be Bronson Reed. That tsunami attempt was insane. But now we get into the storytelling of the match, which I really like. Roman accidentally spear CM Punk. They're gonna get into it. They're not working together. Paul Heyman comes out and like pleads with them to work together. And when Bronson Reed is gonna do that tsunami off the top rope, it's CM Punk who saves. We still have bikes. It's CM Punk who saves Roman Reigns from it, which is crazy. Which is crazy. Wasn't expecting that. And the best part of this is the last minute or two. but of the match, not of the after celebration. We all thought something was gonna happen because it just wouldn't fucking go off the air. But at one point, the evil bloodline is down. The only member that's up is Solo, and for 1 second, for a slight second, Roman shows a little come home moment to Solo, and Solo was like, oh, fuck you, I'm the tribal chief, which I love that Solo stood his ground. He could have played a heel and then tried to do like a move. Nah. Solo was like, no, I'm the tribal chief. Solo really believes that he's the real tribal chief. Cute. So at that time, Jey Uso just super kicks him. Everybody hits their finishers on Solo Sikoa. CM Punk struggled a little bit with the GTS, but he got it. Into the spear, 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns pins Solo again. He pinned him at Bad Blood, and he pinned him now. And now we'll see what happens, because Solo still has the. Ay, Roman. We're gonna see what happens now because Solo still has the necklace. So I have a feeling they're gonna have that ultimate tribal chief match between the two of them. CM Punk hooks Paul Heyman on the way out, says, hey, when I need that favor, I'm gonna come collect. And Paul Heyman said to him, and I got you. And then all of them hit their pose at the end, and that's how the pay-per-view goes up the air. For the press conference, we had Jay, Jimmy, and Sammy joined by CM Punk asking for muffins, which I thought was really funny. But we did find out that Bronson Reed got injured. We did find out that Jimmy Uso got injured. I believe all of the women are okay. I haven't heard any reports of an injury on the women, but that's the risk of a Wargames match. So I wish people would stop criticizing and like start appreciating the work that these people put in. Including the women, even if there's soft chair shots or this and that. Besides, Nia Jax has to have PTSD from all the shit that people talked when she injured Becky Lynch. Do you really think she wants to go in there and do a crazy move and fucking injure somebody so she has to go through all that hate again? Probably not. I'm surprised she even does like matches like this. Nia Jax shouldn't need any weapons. Look at her. You know what I mean? Look at her. Which is what I love. I believe it was Bronson Reed who did it. When Bronson Reed entered the Wargames cage, he didn't grab a weapon. You shouldn't need a weapon, you know? So, yeah, overall, I actually enjoyed the pay-per-view. I don't know that I will go back and rewatch it a bunch of times, you know? I think maybe the men's Wargames match, I thought the IC title match, Triple Threat, was really good. Not surprised by the people that were involved in it, but yeah, overall, I thought it was a fun pay-per-view. I enjoyed it. I think I'm more on a high than a low. My lows are nitpicking. Easy watch. Easy watch. Alright, shout out to WWE for putting on another incredible match. Shout out to everybody who watched it with me on the watch along. And now I gotta get to my mom's and see if I'm even gonna put this up, because if the sound is ass and I can fix it, this video is never gonna see the YouTubes. Maybe I'll get my mom to review it with me in Spanish. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Demon Diva on the road is out. Adios.